So your dad told you to watch Dan Martell on YouTube
Yeah.
when you were like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And you got the job at 16.
Yeah.
And then when did you move out? You said it was 18?
I moved out when I was 18 or 19. So during, I think it was close to during COVID. Moved to the city that I was living at the time. And moved to Kelowna in 23 when I was 22 or I was 21.
That's pretty like full circle for that initial, like, hey son, check this out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He must have been proud.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I had Dan's name on my vision board when I was 14, next to like Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and all these people. So
unreal.
I still have that board somewhere in New Brunswick. It's cool to see like how much has evolved over time. And at that time, like Dan wasn't huge, right? He had like 8,000 followers on Instagram. Like he wasn't super massive, and his YouTube channel maybe had like, I don't know, 30,000 subscribers, but it was like built over 6 years. It was pretty cool, like to just be able to grow him and impact, the amount of lives that we impacted in that amount of time.
Yeah, 100%. So when you joined, we were around sort of 100,000.
Yeah. Across all platforms. His Twitter had like 60,000 because he was big on Twitter when I met him. But yeah, he had like under 100,000 across all platforms.
Okay, and Instagram was around 8. I just think it's good for people to understand like the magnitude. Of where it was and like where it got to.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you make a decision early on, like we're going to scale, Instagram, for example, or we're going to scale?
Yeah. So when in 2023, when he called me and we got the studio and we kind of went pro, I built out a kind of sequential plan of like attacking channels at a time. And I just asked myself, like, what are the channels that we can monetize the fastest, that are going to grow the fastest, and that have like a viral algorithm? Because you can decide to, grow on, for example, Twitter, but you're not necessarily going to grow as fast as if you were, posting really good videos on Instagram, just because the algorithm, right? Twitter is more of a community, less so, interest media. And if you go like, because there's social media and there's interest media. Social media is more, like what Facebook used to be, what Instagram used to be, what Twitter kind of is today, which is like a community of people sharing. And then interest media is, what are you interested in? Because most of the stuff that pops up on your feed for you page on Instagram, on TikTok, they're not people that you follow, but it's stuff that you're interested in, right? And so I asked myself, like, what were the platforms that, have the highest growth levers that we could pull? For us, it was Instagram and YouTube. We started with Instagram because I thought it was a little bit easier, and then went off to attack YouTube like 6 months later. But that wasn't until we got like really good momentum on IG first, and then kind of went on to attack YouTube after that.
So it was very very scientific, almost like it was very precise, strategic in terms of like the decision behind the platform on which you're going to scale, and virality played sort of at the center of all that.
Yeah.
So at what point did you start to see some momentum on the videos on Instagram where you're like, okay, first video is like at 8,000 followers, maybe it's like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. But then you started to see a lot of the study, the research, because you're sort of a lifelong learner from what I can see.
Yeah.
And you started applying and learning. Like, was there a learning curve and a gap in time where you were like, this is going to take some time?
Yeah, all the stuff that I teach on my IG today is all stuff that I learned the hard way, because I had no idea that like topic was the most important thing that you should focus on, right? I thought that we had to get really fancy lighting, really fancy cameras, and get down a podcast mic for our videos to blow up. And I soon realized if I do that, and I did it, our videos didn't necessarily perform better. So then I'm like, oh fuck, what should I do? So then, obviously hired the right people, and they introduced me to, even this concept of a hook, right? I didn't know what a hook was when we started posting videos on Instagram. I just thought we, film Dan and we post it online and we get views, right? And so you start, understanding like, hook's all about providing context for what's going to be said in the video, giving a contrarian insight, and then create an open loop, right? And then so you kind of double down on the hook. Then you understand that like topic's the most important thing. So all things being equal, if I make a video about, getting ads in 90 days, or if I make a video about, I don't know, like how to scale a, service business, then those videos are going to get different amounts of views, all things being equal. So, I obviously you want to stick to the topics that have, core casual new audience fit, which means that I don't, fit with your core audience, people that you actually sell stuff to. Your casual audience, people that watch your stuff, then your new audience, people that have never seen your face before. But yeah, you want to make sure that you pick the right topic so that you get actual virality. Because if we make a video about, let's say, we're talking about this on the drive over, but meetings are the biggest time waster in any company, that video is going to blow up. It's going to get 1 million, 2 million views, but it's also going to position Dan as a really good business owner, which is what we're doing with the content and pilot. So yeah, that's kind of like the big high level strategy was like pick topics, But that didn't come on the next side of like us just knowing what to do and then trying it. It's like, no, we didn't know what to do. We tried stuff. I went to ask people that were a lot smarter than me questions on how to, get performance. And they were nice enough to take my call here and there. And then we implemented those learnings and got results.
So over time, you started developing some internal framework, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I've been studying this, I was joking with Connor the other day. I was like, I've watched that YouTube that you did on the agency like a few times, or like the Spotify a few times. We watched the YouTube. We went to Venice. We had it scrape the transcript, downloaded it into a framework. Like this stuff is gold. At what point did you start realizing the frameworks are working? We're going to create sort of some SOPs and systems around it, and perhaps introduce a team that could start to scale this on your behalf, like under your watch as the creative director.
Yeah, what a lot of people don't know is those frameworks were 100% built on the back end of me having to train my team. Like it wasn't like, hey, I want to go teach these frameworks. It was, I got to teach my team how to get results. I got to make these frameworks. So then that's why I think I blew up so fast on social media, is because I already had all this stuff prepped. Right? It was all in my SOPs. It was all Notion. It was all, outlined. But that was all the back end of just training my team.
Yeah, right.